Hi everybody, it's Miss Austin. I'm going to be doing the lesson 6 practice problems. Number 1, f of x equals x plus 3 times x minus 4, and g of x equals 1/3 times x plus 3 times x minus 4. The graphs of each are shown here. Which graph represents which polynomial? Explain how you know. So today we did some exploring in the activities, and we can see they both have the same zeros, right? That's going to cross at -3 and +4. Those are my x-intercepts. Same here, -3 and +4. See that? They both touch at -3 and 4. But then I'm going to highlight this one right here. See how this one's sort of wider? That's what that guy does to this one. It does not have a factor out front, right? There's no number being multiplied by that. Fractions make the graph wider than a factor of 1 in front. So this guy, I'm just going to go up here, is g of x. I can tell the 1/3 makes it wider. And I'm trying to think, could we plug also let's say you're confused and you didn't know. Let's actually plug a number in. If you put a 0 in here, right now, if you put a 0 here, that would be 1/3 times 3 times -4. And if you put a 0 here, you would get 3 times -4. So this one, I get the point 0, -12. See that? And then this one, when I put a 0 in, I have -12 times 1/3. That's going to be -4. So this one is 0, -4. See that right there? So that's another strategy. Whoops, you couldn't see the top of my paper, sorry. Okay, but in general, the fraction out front makes it wider than this one. So this one is f of x. I'm just going to say, look up here, see my work. Number 2, for each polynomial function, rewrite the polynomial in standard form, then state its degree and constant. So we need to multiply. Now we've talked about doing FOIL or the box. So I will do, well, I don't know if I actually have a choice here. Okay, I'll do FOIL one time and then I'll do the box. So I have to multiply this times this times this. That's 3 things. So pick 2 to do. It doesn't matter which 2. I'm going to multiply those 2 first, then I have to take that answer times that. So here's FOIL. First, outside, inside, last. Clean it up. I can combine those 2. So now I have x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now I have to multiply that times x minus 4. Kind of getting messy now. And it's not called FOIL anymore because you have a trinomial times a binomial. So I'm actually going to make the box here to show you how it can be helpful for organizing. Doesn't matter which one you put on which side. I made the rectangle this way. So I'm going to go x squared plus 4x plus 3. This is just a visual way to organize your work, right? And then you're going to multiply that by x minus 4. Right? Multiplication is area. That's why you can draw a box and that actually represents multiplication. So all I'm really doing here is I'm multiplying this times both of these, this times both of these, and this times both of these. But I'm using a box to visualize it. So x times x squared is x to the third. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Now I got to do -4 times everything. -4 times x squared. -4 times 4x. -4 times 3. And now I clean it up. I've got 1x to the third. Those 2 cancel each other. Those 2 make a -13x minus 12. So here's my answer. Final answer. Now, if you look at letter B, it's exactly the same, except it has a 3 I've already done all this work. I've done this times this right here. Now it says, okay, hey, now just multiply all that by 3. So I just have to do 3. I'm just going to show it like the distributive property. Now, is that the only way you could have done it? I mean, you could have done the whole problem over. Where would and you could multiply the 3 times the first one, and then take that answer times that one, and then take that answer times that one. Remember, order and multiplication does not matter. So now, final answer would be 3x to the third minus 39x minus 36. All right. Number 3. Tyler incorrectly, I just realized I was supposed to say something. It says state the degree and the constant. So, sorry. The degree on this one is 3, right? Because it's the highest power. And the constant is the number without the exponent, right? I mean, sorry, without a variable. And then this one, the degree is also 3. And the constant, the one without the variable, is negative 36. Tyler incorrectly says that the constant term of x plus 4 times x minus 4 is 0. What is the correct constant term? Well, we could do a box here, or you could do FOIL. I'll keep showing the box. X plus 4, x minus 4. So it'd be x times x times 4, negative 4 times x, negative 4 times positive 4. It doesn't even really matter what it all adds up to because the constant's right here, negative 16. X squared, and those cancel. They don't always cancel, but they did on this one. What is his mistake? Why do you think he looked at that and thought it was 0? Or maybe he did the box and thought it was 0. How could negative 4 and positive 4 make a 0? He probably thought of adding them. He added 4 and negative 4. You're supposed to multiply. All right, which of these standard form equations is equivalent to? All right, now I'm going to show you a shortcut way to do this. We could actually multiply it all out. Sorry, refocusing my camera. Hang on. But I'm just going to multiply the first. So look, x times x times x times x is, so I have x times x times x times 3x. So x, that'd be what? 3x to the fourth. And so, boy, is that still not focusing? There, come on. That's a little bit better. So these can't be right. It's got to be one of these with 3x to the fourth. And then I know, even, I could do the whole thing out, but in the end, I know that this times this is going to happen, and then that answer is going to get times by that, and that answer is going to get times by that. Now, I know there's terms in the middle, but I'm just trying to be efficient here. I'm just going to look at the constant. So this is going to be 1 times negative 2 times 4 times 7. So that's what? Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 times 7 is a negative 56. So it has to be this one. Number 5, select all polynomial expressions that are equivalent to 5x to the third plus 7x minus 4x squared plus 5. All right, this person thinks it's okay to add everything up and add the exponents or something. No. What do we got? 5x to the third minus 4x squared. They changed the order. It's okay, though. 7x plus 5. Yes, this one's the same. 5x to the third plus, if you multiply those two, you're going to get 8x. No. All right, they got the 5, a positive 4x. No. And that's a negative 7. Nope, doesn't match. 5, positive 7x, we're good. Negative 4x squared, yes, this one works. B and E. Whoa, sorry. Number 6, select all the points which are relative mins. So a relative min is a point that is lower than other points in that area. So I just kind of look for the, I don't know why I can't think of that. I don't know what that's called. The valley? No, yeah, so that one looks like 1, and that one, D and F. I mean, A is not, that's not the lowest point in this area at all. B, no, that's way up there. C, that's not a relative min. That point's close to it and it's lower. E, no, that's lower than that. G, no. Whoops. D and F. Number 7, what are the x-intercepts of this graph? Remember the x-intercepts, I have no idea what this looks like, but I know this is going to have 1, 2, 3 places that it crosses. Right? And that's when x equals 0. So it's whatever makes each of these equal to 0. You can set them each equal to 0 and make equations out of them. Some people can do this in their head. Especially the last one, right? What makes this guy 0? A 1. I mean, technically, you're solving this simple equation. So one of the spots intercepts is 1. This one, what would you do? You would add 3 and divide by 5. So that one, the x-intercept is 3/5 or 0.6. This one is negative 8/3. What's that? Negative 2.66. So on this one, it's super easy. It's just the opposite, right? But what about when there's a number in front? It's still the opposite of this. It's still 3, but then to finish it off, you have to divide by that number. So it's 3/5. It's still the opposite of that, negative 8, but then you have to divide by that, negative 8/3. Nothing wrong with knowing that and just being able to do that in your head. All right, guys, I hope that helped. I'll see you soon.